Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play of Aidyn Chronicles, the first Mage. Alright, so we are back and ready to set out on our journey. The second part of our journey, that is, to the Cradawgh Isle. Assuming that's where we will end up. Now, I'm just going to do a quick little update here since it's been a few weeks. Let's see, main character level 18. Got some good gear. Keelan is level 17. Back end also 17 and Brenna 18. So, I think we're pretty much good to go, if you ask me. Okay, that was automatic and unexpected. Wizard's Isle. Indeed it is pure evil. But we beat that evil. Wizard's Isle, Namer's Isle, Crawdog's Isle. It's got 3 different names. Well, that's never a good sign. Don't know where we are. The cut of your jib. Whatever. What's a jib? Hopefully there's nothing on the island that was left to be obtained. I don't think so. Might have been some monsters we still could have fought, but hey, I got so much experience. Another storm? Oh man. See again, all hands. We're the only ones on the ship. It's just him and my crew. I'll be a mermaid's maidservant. The wind's parting. That's funny. By nightfall, but we left, it was like early morning. Oh. Yeah, that looks like it is nightfall. Alright, and we are... Well, actually, it looks like it's still morning. No time, apparently, has passed. Which is a good thing. Means we'll mostly be fighting during the day. So... Now, I vaguely remember there being herbs on the ground around here somewhere, so I'm just going to double check how many herbs I've got. 81. And 99 spite. Yeah, let's make some potions here. Which ones was it? Strength that used up herbs? No, that's herb gemstone. Clarity? No. Restore. Gemstone spice. Dex. Herb spice. I guess I could just make curing potions. But I kind of want to use up more spices. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, but that's not really useful, is it? Dang. Fine. Curing potions it is. If nothing else, I'll be like a little low on the herb side of things, and what I can just do as a result is just use potions for a little while rather than using herbs to heal. That should be good. Yeah. 60 herbs now. That's a decent amount. So, if I remember correctly, my other playthrough is, they're currently level 19. And where I'm at in that game is basically we had just gotten back to Tailwalk from this island. So that would suggest that I am either going to gain, well, I think everyone in that one is level 19, or if not, then it's all very close. How do I get those herbs? I know I've gotten them before. I'll find a way. So either I'm going to be able to get enough experience on this island to get everyone to like to level 19 or something. Or I really did do as much training as I thought I did against like spirit wolves and such in that particular playthrough, and there's no way I'm going to catch up. Obviously, this game is going to surpass... Dang it, come on, herbs. Surpass the other one at some point in time, because I don't intend on returning to that playthrough until I finish this one. Why can't I get those herbs? Yeah, they're like stuck there, so I can't get them from underneath the building. If I can't get them from here or inside, then I guess I can't get those at all. Using the herbs was kind of pointless. That sucks. But at least morning is approaching, so that's good. Oh well. Probably should pull up the guide real quick just so I have an idea more or less of what I'm up against. Okay, well, interesting. There's no mention whatsoever of herbs to be obtained here, so I guess I can't get those after all. There's a few treasures to gain here, but otherwise there's a few fights, and then we're going to be off, so. Let's just explore and see what we can find. Following the road. See where it leads. Appears to lead to that cave. Guess we'll go inside and check it out. Wait. Portal. There is a portal here. Oh, I knew there was a portal here to start, so there's really no surprise. I believe I might have mentioned in the earlier episodes about an island which you can come back to and fight monsters over and over to gain experience. I may have been wrong on that. in a sense, the Chaos Island, the monsters inside the structure that we enter at the top of the mountain, apparently they do respawn, and there's other monsters that respawn as well. So that would be a good place to go and fight to gain experience. But there's no way back, which is unfortunate. Here, there is a way back. We can come back to this island. But there's no point, because there's no monsters that respawn, to my knowledge. And even if there was, I mean, there's not much monsters in the first place. Oh, I didn't want to leave the cave. Because I know there's a few chests in here. Here we go. Sense Aura Scroll, which probably will never get used. So far, the curing potions have been the best loot. More curing potions. And there are apparently 2 other scrolls, only one of which would be useful, and it's a spell that I already have on the main character in the first place. So, none of these scrolls are going to be of any use. But I want to get them, just to be thorough. And now I'm starting to get lost. No, wait, that's where that chest was. Okay, so that way, there's really just 2 paths. That is the exit up here, and then you've got the gate over here. The lock is far beyond the ability for killing the lame. But her skill is like max. Or close. Alright, well, whatever. Let's just leave the gates for now. It doesn't really change anything. We can come back here, but it's of really a little importance. So this puts us on what appears to be the opposite side of the island. Yep. There's that house. So let's go this way. I hear footsteps. Oh, hold on. Well, I can't see it. Oh, wait, no, I saw it. There it is. Chaos Slaver? Mauler? Lieutenant? Not sure. It's one of those 2. Somewhere around here, there's supposed to be a way to get inside that area. I think it's right here. Yes, it is. Let's go fight him. Oh, this is actually a cinematic. What smoke? That's not good. Cradawgh is apparently being cooked alive. Or sacrificed, it would seem. To the, darkness. And here's the fight. Okay, so we've got a Chaos Sorcerer, which I can hit right away. That's awesome. Yeah, those are not going to take a lot of damage from that weapon, unfortunately. Time for some fireballs. Let's hit all 4 of them. See how much damage I do. Nice amount of damage to the warrior. Nice amount of damage to the stormer. That's not going to do a lot of damage to him. That's normal. And to the mauler. Good amount of damage to the Mauler. Not the best, but he's really tough, so that's to be expected. Lots of HP. You aren't casting any more spells, Chaos Sorcerer, and that's all I really wanted. Oh, that's dangerous. Okay, so let's smack this thing for doing that. Aw, he's not dead. But I get another action. He's dead now. There you go. Main character's turn. Let's go kill this guy. Or try. Yeah, no, not kill him, just try. Look at that big axe he's wielding. Versus Elemental. Okay, not gonna be casting any more spells, but that's fine. You waste your turn. Miss. This will finish off the warrior. Quite the easy fight, really, after all the training we've had. 15. Yeah, those guys are really resistant to physical. And they have some magic resistance, I think, as well. Alright. So that was fun. Fun indeed. I think, with that much experience in hand, that it's time to increase my stats a little bit. Endurance to 35. And stamina to 35. Or 55, that is. 99,000 experience left. Good. Her stamp to 55 as well. Do the same thing on basically everybody. Stamina to 55 and endurance to 35 on the Beacon and main character. And I guess that's really all I need to do for now. Alright, chainmail, useless. Gemstones, very nice. Herbs, very nice. And some gold. The Jester came here. Yeah, there's what I remember. The Jundar. Oh yeah, I remember that name. Zaratas in the desert. I believe I went there over 10 years ago. Rabisat, that name, again. Powers grow before my mind turns to the abyss. I don't like the sound of that. Pakchangarat. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have no idea. by my other self. I know what he's talking about, but I won't spoil anything. Okay, so we now have his body that we're supposed to bring to Cradawgh, and pretty cool looking altar, gotta say, with fairies. Not really fitting of an altar that would be used to, you know, burn someone alive, but that's what they were using. Alright, so there are apparently 2 other things to be obtained here. Somewhere. Okay, well, I'm going to turn back and head into the cave. Because apparently, the gate that was locked where those portals were is now going to be unlocked. And I'll be able to activate the portals, or portal. I only saw really one actually. Pretty sure we haven't activated the other side, and I'm pretty sure that's actually normal. But we get to activate it now, this side, and that way we just walk through the gate. It's funny. Oh, there are 2 portals. Okay, let's see if they do anything. Okay, spamming a button. That one's been activated, I assume. If it even has a pair. There's a chest with the Brilliance and Charming Scroll, neither of which have really any use to me anymore. And the other one, activated, I guess. Alright. And that, apparently, is all for this place. Now we can leave. Let's just take a different route so we check out the place quickly one last time in case there's something I might have missed that might not have been, you know, in the walkthrough. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Go up on this high ridge here and look around. Well, I certainly don't see anything. So I'd say the assumption is there's probably nothing left. Except for those herbs, which we can't pick up. Not really much of this island, huh? One fight, few chests, with mostly useless stuff aside from the curing potions, which I can make anyway. And that's it. We've pretty much officially caught up to... Where's the dude? I don't know. Oh, there he is. Here, let's try one last... Oh, nope, that was not expected. Arg. Okay, so... Oh, and we're back on the boat automatically. Lonely Mountain. So this cinematic is completely new to me because I've never had Beckham before. Hmm. Well, that's an interesting conversation, I gotta say. Oh, I think the second part of this is something that I've already seen. But the part with Beacon, that was certainly new. And now we're back in Port Said. Captain's log. He wants to work in the lighthouse. Okay, whatever you say. Alright, so we're back. And I'm not going to talk to the jester. But there might be some training to do. I'm considering doing some training. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to pause the recording. And I'm going to go to the shops, do some training. Mostly like skills, like getting Thief to 5 on the main character and anything else I can think of. And then eventually I'll make my way back to Tailwalk. I got some more training to do as well in there as well, I think. Spell-wise, I'm sure there's something I can train. And I will pick this back up, I think, once I'm over there. Rather than show you the whole walking back and wasting your time, I'm just going to cut the video and get over there and pick it up once I'm there. So, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm on my way back towards Tailwalk, and I really haven't been gone all that long when, or haven't gone very far, that is, when this happened. So I'm just going to quickly show you this. Oh boy. It's a trap! It's a trap! Let's, sure, not say Keelan. Interesting. Kind of wish I had saved it before that and see what she said if I said Keelan. Oh well, that's a shame. I only got to see one of them. I guess while I'm here, I may as well update you on what I did in terms of training in Port Said and what I have planned to do for training. In Port Said, I trained the Thief skill and the Shield skill on the main character up to 5. And really, I kind of just ensured that everybody had Warrior skill 5, a Thief skill at least 5. That was really about it. But that's not much training that I did. I am going to, however, when I get to Tailwalk, do a lot of spell training on Brenna. I'm going to train Lore Master up to 8, probably, on Beckon because he's got a ton of bonus experience to use, and I don't see what else I would use it on. I'm thinking of training up Diplomacy on him as well if I find a trainer for that. I think there's one in Tailwalk. I'm going to be training the Alchemy skill and Healer skill on the main character up a little bit. Primarily the Alchemy skill, probably to 5, and we'll see where I go from there. Healer skill, I'd be okay if I leave it at 3 for now, but you know, if I can get a little higher, if I got extra experience to spend, then I'll do that too. That's basically it, really. Wizard skill on Keelan and Brenna. I'm going to bring those up probably to 6, 7, 8 if I can, but we'll see. I mean, it's an expensive skill to train. Main character, I'm not going to touch his wizard spell. It's fine where it is at 5. I think it's a 5. It's at 4. I might consider getting that to 5 soon-ish. But my priority would be Alchemist and Healer skill. I'm going to look to see what I can get beyond level 5 for Alchemist. I think 5 is the maximum where you get anything. After that, it's pointless putting any more experience into it. Which, if it's the case, well, that's not a bad thing. Did I explore over that way? Shoot, I don't know. Well, I got the chest over here, so that's a sign that I might have. Wolves howling at the moon. I hear footsteps. I'm not sure. Well, there's ogres. I think what I'll do is I'll check out the area. If I find anything interesting, I'll show you. If not, I'll just keep on going without recording to the path, down the path towards Tailwalk, and I'll pick it up when I'm there. So see you in a bit. Yet another unexpected cinematic, or cutscene. Okay. Oh, should I say you're right? Let's go with this. Whatever. Alright, yeah, so I'm still walking towards Tailwalk, obviously. And I did a little bit of exploring, like I said in the last, before I cut away last time, and found some chests, which really the most valuable thing I got was 2,000 gold. Fought a lot of really easy fights, like really easy fights, and really I probably should have explored all that before going off on the boat, but oh well, no harm done. And we are just about arriving, so I think I'll just let the recording go, and as we arrive into Tailwalk, I do have some shops I want to go to, some trainers I want to go talk to, more so trainers and shops. Most of the trainers would probably be in the wizard school, but I think there's another trainer I want to see. I need to pull up the list of shops for Tailwalk. Just give me 1 second. Alright, so I can confirm that there are no trainers or anything I need to do in town here. The only thing I need to do, really, is make my way to the Wizard School, talk to the trainers in the Wizard School, and that's it. Talk to Adra, do the stuff I need to do here, and then it's off to off to the next destination. Which, that'll be for the first time in over a decade. And I gotta say, I can't wait. I think I might do one quick fight at the Spirit Wolves, though. Since it's midday and it's a good experience, why not? Let's go fight the Spirit Wolves. It'll help with the experience needs that I will require for the Alchemist skill. Oh great, right off the bat, darkness. Well, this ought to be interesting. I think I accidentally cut myself off when I was saying how the alchemy skill is a very expensive skill. But yeah, it's actually as expensive as wizard skill is, so they're the two most expensive things to level up in the game. Now, thankfully, and I double checked this, you don't need alchemy skill beyond level 5 for making potions. The highest level required for any kind of potion is 5. Now, I don't know if having a higher level increases your chances of making potions or has any other effect whatsoever, but I don't think so. So I think I'll be okay. Let's mess with this spirit wolf, shall we? Counteract the effect of his darkness. So he wastes his time recasting it. Which will give Keelan and Brenna time required for them to kill it with ranged. Well, it's already dead. I'm going to use some healing potions because I'm full. I was at max potions while I was doing that little bit of exploring on the way to Tailwalk. To the point where I was picking up quite a few, but having to leave them because I had no room left. So, there we go. Potions. And something else that I noticed when I was looking through my stuff. I've got healer skill on Beacon to level 6, and I didn't even remember that I had done that. But yeah, level 6. Makes sense that heal with herbs and even lay on hands was healing for a good amount. Let's get this thing. Spirit Wolf, cast darkness, of course. That was expected. That's okay. She works just fine in the darkness, even if bows aren't the greatest when it's dark. Brenna probably won't hit a thing, but she'll hit stuff. You never know, maybe I'll get lucky and hit. Nope, missed. Alright, now they've pretty much all surrounded the main character, which is fine. Let's kill the one that's weak. Oh, I missed. Beacon can just stay there. Let's recast that light. You won't get to do anything, Spirit Wolf, except cast darkness. Come on, Brenna, hit something. Please. Oh, darn, he got another action. But I resist the spell. She's just not gonna hit anything. Let's kill this guy. Come on, Keelan, hit it. There we go. Oh, time. Crit, that means she hit. There you go. Nothing but the Spirit Wolf left. Which is almost dead. And Keelan actually could hit this. There you go. Perfect. 13,000 experience. Very nice. Full on B-sides. Probably should sell some of those, but oh well. So, that's done. It took like almost no damage. Healed a lot more damage than we actually took. Now let's go talk to the trainers in here and eventually Ardra as well. Alright, first guy right here. Yes, I would. Okay, alchemy skill. Level 4 and level 5. I don't need to get any higher than that. Wizardry skill, I can get it up to 8. And I will do so for Brenna. And yeah, I could probably do it for Keelan as well. Uses up a little bit more on her, but that's okay. Beckon. Should I teach him the merchant skill or just keep it on? Yeah, I'll keep it on Keelan. Alchemy 5 is all I need. Get his wizard skill to 5. Yeah, that way I'll be able to test to see whether or not strength will actually give 2 strength per level of the wizard skill, or the strength spells, whichever is lower. So if I increase this to 5 now, in theory, when I cast strength now, it'll give me 10 strength instead of 8. But we'll find out when I test it. What else would I want to train? Healer would be the only thing left, really, that I would want to train on him. And I don't think I can train that here. No. I can train it in Aramon, but I'm not going there. I think I can train it in the next town, though. So I'll be fine with 3. I mean, I've lasted with 3 this long, and in previous playthrough, I've lasted with 3 even longer. Plus, back in 6. So, you know, no harm, no foul. You know, he's got so much extra experience, I almost feel like training Merchant on him, but I won't. It'll be fine on her. Okay, so, spells. These are all the verses and mirror. Rank 6, oh, I can't learn that on the main character. Provides total resistance against the next incoming spell. Yeah, you know what? It's not that expensive, so I'll train that up to 5 on Brenna. Not Keelan, though. Keelan, however, you know what? Let's do the verses on her to level 3. Why not, right? She's still got lots of experience left. Let's do it to 4. so we'll keep going. Alright. Coolness. I've got extra experience. Let's get this to 8 now. Why not? Righty then. So, no point going any higher for these for now for her. I'm done with this trainer. Next trainer! Where are the next trainers? I think one's in here. Wait, no, that's the... No, that leads to, Grania. I don't want to go that way. The other trainers are... upstairs. Yeah, they must be. Here's one. Lore Master. I did say I was going to train that up to 8. So let's do that now. I could do Wizard of 6, but I'm not going to. I've got Wizard 8 on those two, that's all that matters. Alright, so here we go. I can get any of these spells to 10 if I wanted to. She doesn't have a lot of experience remaining though. 31,000. Dragon Flames is an expensive one, and Fireball is generally better. So I won't really worry about that. It's not a really good spell, Wind. Immolation, I'm tempted, because it's another spice spell, right? Whereas this one's gemstones. I'm tempted to train Immolation to 5 and just give it a try. Since it's a really cheap spell to train in comparison, you know? And on Brenna, I've got tons of experience left for her. I want Lightning to 10. And Earth Smite as high as I can go, so that would be 4. Oh, I could get it. If I go outside and fight the wolves, I could go a little higher. Okay. Now, I believe there's one more. Maybe it's in here. Nope. Darn it. There we go. That's our next destination. Terminor. Or Terminar. I think it's Terminor. Yeah, it is. There's a slight difference in the A and the O that I'm starting to recognize now. Timberlane. Oh, I remember that name. Okay, so it really doesn't mention it, but we're supposed to go somewhere to bury Cradawgh's body. And apparently you can outright skip it and keep him with you, but I'm not going to. Okay, so apparently there is a third merchant somewhere around here. Oh, there we go. Hidden door that I could not see before. There we go. Oh, healer. Sweet. Okay, so I can train healer here. Then I will. Train that to 5. That's as high as I can go. Spell-wise, brilliance, endurance. Let's get that to 4. Teleportation, I need. I can't get that one yet. That would be useful for the main character, but that won't be until much later in the game. I'm not learning stupidity because, well, I've mentioned it before. It's a kind of a cheap spell. And I don't think any of them can learn any of these. Yeah, that's the naming school, so only the main character can learn those. So I could go to 5 with brilliance, but I'm gonna keep it the same level as endurance, I think, for now, and hold on to my experience. And Earth Smite 4. Should I go fight the wolves and come back and learn that to 5? I don't know. No, I think I'll be fine. Really, it's not a spell that I've used that often in the past. It has to be used on monsters that are of humanoid size or smaller, I believe. Like, you can't use it on certain Chaos minions because they're too big, like the Chaos Stormers, for example. They use Smite on my characters more than once. I wouldn't be able to cast it on them if I'm not mistaken because they're too big. That's just the way they designed it. Now, which way? No, it's not that way. I'm trying to remember where I have to go for the funeral or burial. I think I remember where it is. I mean, yeah, the Cradawgh gave us some instructions on where we needed to go for it, but I don't exactly remember where that is. But I think it's this way. It's beyond these shops over here. Just gonna follow the road. I find it really funny that this part isn't mandatory to the story. I don't know if that's a slip up in the game design or what, but you can literally not bury Cradawgh, and there we go. What's he doing here? I'm gonna do this. What a freak. I really don't like that guy. Take a few steps, and here we go. Wait, Master Bowden. thought he was at a loss for words. Alright, so apparently now we can go back and talk to Ardra about stuff. None of which really was needed to be done in the first place. I mean, really, I could have just kept on going towards Terminor without doing any of that. Or any of the following. But I'm going to do it because it's part of the story, albeit not necessary in terms of game mechanics. But, yeah. The main character had questions to ask. She did not want to answer them right away. I want to see what she'll say. So we're going to go back and talk to her. And then we'll make our way towards Terminor. I think I might just quickly check to see how long it's been so far that I've been recording. So give me 1 minute. Alright, well it's actually been almost an hour now that I've been recording. Surprisingly. I didn't think it'd be this long, but hey. Yeah. So we're going to talk to Ardra really quick, and I'm going to stop the recording here for today after the conversation. And at the start of the next episode, we will proceed. Huh. What the hell? That's her door, isn't it? Yeah. But she's not there. Okay, well then, to hell with it. That's all for today then. That should be there, but she's not. Yep. So I'm going to pause the recording here, or stop, rather, the recording here for today. And when I pick this up next episode, we will continue our journey, make our way towards Terminor. It's a pretty long walk, actually, if I remember correctly. So, and there's some stuff to pick up on the way. There's some monsters to fight, some areas to explore. So, we'll have some fun with that. And I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.